He is the only person in the history of Pakistan as an ousted prime minister, or erstwhile prime minister, having stood up and challenged the existence of the military authority, the ISI, and the present dispensation. Unless the deep state is removed and wiped out from the face of Pakistan, Pakistan will never see a transparent, accountable, and progressive Islamic Republic. Pakistan is heading towards an anarchy. It is not an exaggeration.
Hello, a very good evening. A very good evening. Welcome back to Swarajya Conversations. This is your host, Sharan Setty. Quite a few developments have happened just in the last 24 hours in terms of what Pakistan is going through domestically. I'm joined by Maj Gen Sudhakar Jee, who was the former colonel of the Mahar Regiment. He's served across all the three sectors of the India-China border, and he's also pursuing a PhD on the issue of the India-China border. And he's somebody that we all look up to when we need certain strategic thoughts about issues that are of geopolitical importance. Sir, thank you so much for making your time, and thank you so much for being here again.
Thank you. Thank you, Sharon. It's a great honor and pleasure to reconnect back with you after a gap of a couple of months. And I wish you all the very best. And I really enjoy engaging with you because of your intellectual depth and the geopolitical horizon that you have displayed in the past. Heartiest congratulations, and I wish you all success in your all ventures.
Thank you so much, sir. It's a great compliment coming from you. So we were supposed to initially planned this podcast, particularly about Mr. Rajnath Singh's comments about integration of POK. He gave a slight hint about how India could actually retake POK. But in the last 24 hours since former Prime Minister of Pakistan, Imran Khan, has been shot, I just wanted to get your thoughts on this fresh development and how it impacts Pakistan and India, sir.
Excellent question to begin with, Sharon. It couldn't have been a better question. Compliments. All I would say is that Pakistan is going through the worst kind of situation it has ever experienced since independence. Like in your channel, in your previous channel, I think I made a statement which turned out to be very popular and went viral, that Pakistan is born with a genetic disorder. That genetic disorder is actually getting compounded by the day by virtue of a constitutional crisis, by virtue of unemployment, by virtue of hyperinflation. Pakistan in its history hasn't had a record inflation as high as more than 27%. And look at the debt crisis. By end of the year, Pakistan is expected to dole out $87.7 billion as part of debt service back to China. That is more than 30% of its external debt. And look at the kind of commitment. It's a very high rate of interest. And now the floods have come. Most of us may not be aware that Pakistan is actually the sixth largest exporter of rice in the world. Now, with 3/4 of Pakistan having got submerged, now they are scrounging around where the hell they can get the rice from. So, be that as it may, Imran Khan having been shot at was anticipated long time back. Why? Because he is the only person in the history of Pakistan as an ousted prime minister, or erstwhile prime minister, having stood up and challenged the existence of the military authority, the ISI, and the present dispensation. No matter what has happened, I know the present political dispensation is not out of a people's mandate. I know, I am quite aware of it. And that is the demand of Imran Khan. But here is a man of international stature. He's done the nation, Pakistan as a nation, the world proud by virtue of his contributions to the cricket. So I would say, to large an extent, whatever mess the Pakistan is in today, it is because of lack of effective governance, because of the deep state. He's the only person, I feel personally, he should be complimented for having challenged the deep state, because unless the deep state is removed and wiped out from the face of Pakistan, Pakistan will never see a transparent, accountable, and progressive Islamic Republic. That is my personal view. And therefore, what has happened actually is something to actually worry about. It's a matter of concern. Why? The larger picture, if you join the dots, we know about Pashtunistan. A lot of things are actually being suppressed because the Pashtuns are demanding across the Duran line a Pashtunistan. We are also aware of Balochistan Liberation Army demanding it's a freedom movement, a liberation for freedom. We also know about the Hindustan being demanded by the people. The heart of Pakistan actually lies in Punjab. Punjab has got almost about 14 crores or 15 crores of Punjabis out of a total population of 22 crores of Pakistan. So look at the percentage. If a kind of a groundswell is turning out in favor of Imran Khan, and who has been shot at by, no matter the investigation will come out, I'm sure it is by design it has happened. No terrorist has fired at him. There is somebody within the party or within the existence of the deep state there who want him to keep quiet, who wants to curtail or stop his long march towards Islamabad. Somebody within the dispensation may have done it. It is a matter of detail which will be brought out by the investigating agencies. So, therefore, it is pointing towards one issue, that Pakistan is heading towards an anarchy. It is not an exaggeration. The world order must wake up. I'm happy that USA has actually made an entry after a humiliating withdrawal from the Afghanistan in August 2021 into Pakistan for whatever purpose it may be. It may be a technical base. It may be a launch pad to launch its unmanned aerial vehicles into Afghanistan. It may be to have some kind of domination to keep an eye on the terrorists, on the epicenter of the global terrorism. But the fact is that unless we keep a very tight watch on everything that is happening in Pakistan, it may turn out to be a very ugly situation. I am fearing migration of more than 7 to 10 crores of Punjabis coming across the border into India. Is India prepared to accept such kind of large immigration of these people from the neighboring country? I only hope and pray that it doesn't become like a situation what happened in 1970 and 71 from the East Bengal, that is the Bangladesh, into India, thereby creating a very critical situation within the subcontinent, within India itself, and also posing a challenge to the world order. I hope I have answered your question.
Yes, sir. If you look at it, even the person who shot Imran Khan was shot dead yesterday. So that just proves a very classical pattern that exists when it comes to assassination attempts like this. But how did it all go so awry? Because Imran Khan was favored by the army at one point, and suddenly he stood up against the army, and now we are seeing what we are seeing. So going forward, given the economic crisis and there is domestic political pressure on all the political parties, and the army itself has a really bad image of being too intrusive into the democratic process of Pakistan. So what are the options going forward for the country?
Oh, excellent question. Now, actually, the answer could have been best answered by you. You are a professional geopolitician. So there are 3 points which your question actually expects me to respond to. Firstly, what happened to Imran Khan? The same army had elected or selected him. Why did he go against the army? One. Second, by having gone against the army, what went wrong? Why was he thrown out? Okay. Third, what is the way forward for Pakistan? What next? Okay. This is what I have understood. I hope I'm right as far as your question is concerned.
Yes,
Pakistan was elected, he was selected, whatever you call it, or nominated by the army itself. Army always thought that perhaps it would be very easy to handle a puppet like him. Okay. He was keen. He was new into the politics. He came in. He governed for 3 years. I would say, if you go into the brass tacks of his governance, into the financial issues, one would not be surprised to see as to why the financial management have taken a very serious and ugly turn. Perhaps I'll not point a finger at him because Prime Minister doesn't sit on the table and start going into the documents, the budget management, and there are people who are actually handling. People should have advised him correctly. But at some point in time, I personally feel that the calling of the financial crisis of the nation getting into a debt trap by none other than a friend in the neighborhood, higher than the Everest and deeper than the ocean, was actually compelling to penetrate into Pakistan's way of life, was not realized by Imran Khan nor his staff, actually, who was supposed to be advising him. So, what I mean to say is that it is not only Pakistan. The current situation of Pakistan has gone so awry, and I would say it is by virtue of the geopolitics prevailing in the world order. So, what is the geopolitics prevailing in the world order? I would say things started going absolutely out of hand with the Taliban invading Afghanistan in the year 2021, August. And when he claimed public credit and recognition and made very, very, I would say, unpalatable comments in the international order, that perhaps actually reflected very poorly about him. And it cast a very serious aspersion against the United States of America after the humiliating order. So I don't want to go into too much of detail, but the fact of the matter is USA was compelled to go in for an agreement with the same Taliban against whom they were fighting. Pakistan, which was supposed to be supporting USA, on one hand, they were supporting USA, they were fighting against the Taliban. The other hand, they were supporting the Taliban to fight against the USA. So there was a double game going on, So in this catch-22 situation, Imran Khan, I think he lost the bearing. And therefore, he got into such a mess that the political situation started growing from bad to worse. It was virtually out of control. Compounded or coupled with the economic crisis which the nation was going through, the debt trap which China very, very systematically has been putting Pakistan into by virtue of having pushed ahead with the CPEC, the flagship BRI project, 1,780 kilometers, or from Gwadar to, let's say, Xinjiang province, 2,500 kilometers is the shortest distance from the Arabian Sea. Vis-a-vis, the distance towards the Pacific coast is around 4,500 kilometers. China is looking for CPEC for its own advantage because the oil and the energy security from the Middle East can be passed through the road, CPEC, at a shorter time, at a minimum cost with a minimum turbulence. Okay, by pumping in $62 billion, out of which I'm told 27 to 28 billions have been committed on the ground, and there is a huge debt servicing required by Pakistan to be repaid. There are a large number of Chinese personalities who have been killed because of militant activity, because of terrorist activity, the engineers. Mainly it is near the Dasu Island in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, the dam incident which happened 11th of July or 13th July last year. Similarly, there are a large number of Chinese who have been fired and killed. So because of which the liabilities against the productivity which Pakistan had anticipated actually went haywire, totally berserk. Financial situation was in a mess. Political governance was totally, absolutely out of control. The people's mandate with which superficially or cosmetically Imran Khan had come into power, he started losing his actually pulse on the ground, because of which his own reputation and standing actually were challenged when he came to insisting for continuance of the DGISI. The DGISI at that point in time, in his mind, was supposed to be the chief designate after the chief of the army staff, Bajwa, retires. But that became the sole point of controversy between the chief of the army staff and Imran Khan. Imran Khan wanted the DGISI then, Mr. Faiz, to become the chief or chief designate, whereas the chief of the army staff wanted somebody else. So therefore, this actually started, it triggered the complete relationship between the intrapersonal relationship between the chief of the army staff or the army, Pakistan army, and Imran Khan actually started from then. But mind you, despite this difference in opinion, today Imran Khan, as an ousted prime minister, having had no previous experience, except for when he came into politics, I think from 2012 or so, he enjoys a high degree of reputation and support from none other than the Pakistan army. Thereby, all I'm trying to indicate is that the Pakistan army stands divided today between the chief of the army staff, that is the chief who's going to be out by November, hopefully, because my assessment indicates something else, and the Imran Khan himself. Imran Khan has got a good, huge kind of a support from the Pakistan army as on today.
Viewers, please do let us know what you thought about this particular conversation. And if you have any questions for Major General Sudhakar Jee, please do let him know in the comment section below, and I'm sure he'll be very happy to answer those questions. Until next time, this is your host Sharan, signing off.